Good afternoon, campers of Camp Chaverimboyz and all the others who are joining us. This is day 6 of camping in, and we have a wonderful program ahead of us today. First of all, I wanted to thank those who sent in sweet videos of them doing the pudding cups. We'll have those a little bit later, and the others who sent in just plain videos of what they're doing during this challenging time. It's wonderful to see those videos and to see all the smiling faces. Later on today, we have a guest who we're going to bring on the show, and of course we're going to have the usual story by Rabbi Bleich, Avrami Bleich starting a new story. So exciting stuff on the program. Before we could go on to the different parts of the program, I wanted to announce a competition that we're going to do, right here on the show. What I would like everybody to do, we're going to do a competition of doing a craft or a project that could be made out of clicks, magnet tiles, crafts, painting. You're the artist, and the idea is learning and davening camping in. Meaning to say, the challenge that we all have is that we're not having the regular cheder and shul schedule. So a painting, a creation of some sort with the following theme, and that is camping in, learning and davening, focusing on the learning and davening part. And what we're going to do is you're going to submit pictures to my phone. In case you don't have it yet, my phone number is 347-685-3875. You can also email it to chaverimboyz@gmail.com, and we're going to select from those, and we're going to have a voting process. So you'll have a few days till the end of this week to submit it, and then we're going to take all the submissions and we're going to allow people to vote on them, and then we're going to take the ones that have the most votes and we're going to do another vote, and then we're going to decide winners. So you can already begin as soon as this afternoon. And again, the project is any art form, whether it's clicks, magnet tiles, Legos, popsicle sticks, you paint, you use modeling clay, you name it. Create a project that is themed camping in and focused on the learning and davening. So you could show people learning and davening indoors. You could show home minyanim. It's you're the artist. You can do whichever way you like. Submit it to us, and we will start the voting process. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So also later on in the show today, besides our regular trivia, after our guest, we're going to do a guesty intro. We're going to play an intro of song, anything that came out in the last 10-12 years. We're not going to go very old because the chances you're not going to know it. And if you can guess what song it is, you raise a hand and then we'll call on you. So it's going to be a very exciting afternoon, and we're looking forward to this amazing program with you. Right now, let's bring up some of the videos that were sent in and what boys are doing during this coronavirus time. Camping in, Chaverimboyz, day 6. Take a look.
ready to make dessert.
Well, wonderful things that the boys are doing. One of the things that I figured I want to show you is that how this virus affects so many different things. An interesting story came out of Thailand where there are a lot of baboons running around, and people usually come and feed the baboons. Baboons are kind of monkeys, and they are roaming the streets freely. And because there are no tourists, because of the virus, very few tourists are coming. These baboons are very hungry, and when somebody dropped some food, there became a war of hundreds of baboons. You might say, what do we care about baboons? But we know from Chazal, v'rachma b'al kol ma'asov, we know from Chazal that we care about every creature, from the smallest bug to the biggest gorilla, to a lion, to a cat, to anything. It breaks the heart to see that the baboons are hungry out there, and it also gives us, what to be thankful for, that as much as we cooped in and it's not convenient and it's not, it's maybe get boring at times, but Baruch Hashem, we have food to eat, and we're not hungry. So take a look at the baboons, the hungry baboons due to the coronavirus. These baboons usually are fed by the tourists, and over here what happened is that somebody dropped some food, and one baboon grabbed it, and all the baboons started running after him. Literally hundreds of baboons trying to go for the same piece of food because they unfortunately don't have the regular tourists feeding them. There we go, right there in the middle, you see them all clamoring for the same one banana, I think it was. Just telling you how this affects every creature in the world. Well, it was funny if it wasn't so sad. And yes, this is something that, like I said, we have to be thankful that Baruch Hashem, we have enough food. One of the most amazing things about Klal Yisrael is that no matter what, no matter where, Klal Yisrael helps us zusammen, we hold ourselves together and we care for one another. The story coming out yesterday, there were a bunch of Israelis who were stuck in India. People who went there, young Israelis who went there for touring or business. And when this coronavirus broke out and the borders were shut down and then, most airlines canceled the flights, these Israelis were stuck. They were stuck in India. They wanted to come back home. Nobody wants to be away at such a time, especially when their vacations or whatever it was over. But they had no way to get home. And El Al, the Israeli airline company, sent free flights. I say free. They didn't charge them for this, to bring them home. And it was a long flight. I don't think Israel usually flies to India. It was a 43-hour flight. Obviously, they had to stop to refuel, but it was a 43-hour flight. And at the end of the flight, the pilot told the passengers that it was an honor and a pleasure to serve you and to bring you home, to Eretz Yisrael, which is the home. And he asked everybody to join him singing the song Kol ha'olam kuloi gesher tsar moed, which loosely translates as the whole world is a very narrow bridge. It's words that are from Reb Nachman Reb Breslev. And the punchline is Vaha'ikar, and the main part is Lo lefachad klal, not to be afraid. The world is a narrow bridge, which is meaning that sometimes you look down and you think you're falling. Just don't be afraid. And this is not necessarily this is Yidden of all kinds, and everybody sang together. And I thought how beautiful that brings out Klal Yisrael at times like this, that things are tough. how everybody just pulls together, and I don't think anywhere in the world they would bring in their brothers free of charge. It costs hundreds of thousands to operate these airplanes, and they brought them in back to Eretz Yisrael free of charge. And when they ended this long 43-hour flight, they went and they sang Kol Olam Kuloi. That's Klal Yisrael. How beautiful.
The pilot is busy thanking the crew and telling the passengers that although it was a very long flight, their longest flight, they were glad to return them home. He's saying, together we're going to win over this corona. And he says, I just have one request. I'm going to start singing Kol Olam Kuloi, and I want you to join me.
And now I think it is most appropriate, the following song, which is by Ari Goldwag. I think it is very appropriate for this exact point, and that is the song Am Echad, talking about the fact that Klal Yisrael is one nation. We're different types of different, minhagim and different levels and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we're just one big Klal Yisrael. Take a listen.
ואתה לא איתי, מה אני כשאני בנפרד? כי אני יהודי לא הולך לבדי, רק איתך ידידי יד ביד. עם אחד שיר אחד בוא אחי ותן לי יד, ונוכל לשמוח ולרקוד יחד, כאיש אחד בלב אחד, לא רוצה להיות לבד, רק לנצח שבת אחים גם יחד. עם אחד שיר אחד בוא אחי ותן לי יד, ונוכל לשמוח ולרקוד יחד, כאיש אחד בלב אחד, לא רוצה להיות לבד, רק לנצח שבת אחים גם יחד. להיות משפחה זהו סוד השמחה, כי ביחד הכל טוב יותר. ואנחנו שרים כל ישראל חברים, על אף אחד לא נסכים לוותר. עם אחד שיר אחד בוא אחי ותן לי יד, ונוכל לשמוח ולרקוד יחד, כאיש אחד בלב אחד, לא רוצה להיות לבד, רק לנצח שבת אחים גם יחד. עם אחד שיר אחד בוא אחי ותן לי יד, ונוכל לשמוח ולרקוד יחד, כאיש אחד בלב אחד, לא רוצה להיות לבד, רק לנצח שבת אחים גם
Now, yes, we're going to move on to a story by Avrumi Bleich. He started a second story. Avrumi was asking me, Rabbi Cohen, do you want me to make another story or maybe somebody else? I said, Avrumi, you have no idea how many kids and parents are telling me how much they love your story. So let's not wait any further. A story by Avrumi Bleich.
Wow, what a beautiful story we had till now. Part 1 through part 5. Hashem, we're done. We already started a brand new story. And the story goes as follows. A long time ago, there was a Yid by the name of Reb Chaim. But this Reb Chaim was a massive tzaddik. Was a person that sat and learned morning to night. He barely had bread on the table in his house. That's not what was important for him. He used to sit and learn morning to night. If you wanted to know where he is, just go to Beis Medrash. That's where you find him. He was there all day, all night. That was his place. That's where he sat and learned. He barely ate throughout the day. That's not what he worried about. He just sat and learned. This Reb Chaim came from a very rich home. Rich home. Barely has bread on the table. Lives in a small house. What's going on here? Comes from a rich home. Where's his money? What happened? What's going on? How did this all happen? Well, let me tell you what happened. As a kid, he grew up in a house which wasn't from house. They did not keep Shabbos in the house. His father grew up in a house which also wasn't in a from house. So he grew up not in a from house. His father got married, moved on, lived a regular American lifestyle. Meanwhile, over the years, this family moved into a neighborhood where they had a Jewish neighbor, a frum person. There wasn't so many frum Yidden in the neighborhood. Their next door neighbor was a frum Yid. Now, this father and mother, husband and wife, they didn't have anything specifically against the frum. They just weren't frum. One day, this kid, which is now Chaim, but then was Josh, was walking outside, balancing a basketball on the floor, walking outside. And he hears some singing coming from the window of the frum family. Goes a little bit closer, try to see what it is. And he sees a whole table set up, full family sitting around the table, eating and singing. He was a little bit shocked. He said, what is this? What holidays now? What's going on? He thought it was a little bit interesting. Went home, forgot about it, moved on. The next week, same exact thing. Here's singing. He thought maybe it's a weekly tradition. Didn't know what it is. Now, he knew one of their boys, but all he did was, good morning, good night, hello, bye, nothing more than that. When he met them in the street, said hello. Next week, when he was by the window, peeking in, the father of the house spotted him and realized he's peeking in and motioned to him to come inside. This kid was embarrassed. Didn't want to go inside. They're all dressed all nice. He's wearing his shorts, big hair, shorts. He He felt uncomfortable going in like this. But he said, thinking to himself, should he go in? Should he not go in? What should he do? Here everyone is sitting white shirts nicely around the table eating. It's a family. And he sees it's only their family singing. Nah, he's not gonna go in. He waved and he went to his bed. But that night he couldn't fall back asleep. He's thinking and thinking, what is this? What are they doing? What's that big thing on that guy's head? What are they doing? He decided tomorrow he's gonna go knock on the door and ask them. What happened after that? We're about to find out.
Thank you, Avrami Bleich. Again, spellbound by listening to your story. It's unbelievable. Thank you very much, and we can't wait for part 2 of this story. If you're just joining us now, in the beginning of the program, we announced that we're going to start a competition. I'll text out some of the information, but I'll say it now again. The competition is any art project that is on the theme of camping in, learning, and davening. So it can be a picture, a painting, something made out of clicks, Legos, magnetiles, popsicle sticks, themed on learning and davening during this time that we're camping in. So your creativity, we're going to take submissions by sending it to a picture or even a better video to my phone at 347-685-3875 or by emailing to Chaverimboyz@gmail. That's CHAVERIMBOYZ@gmail.com. And then we're going to post them and we're going to have votes on them. This is going to be decided by popular votes. We're going to narrow it down. And once we narrow it down, we're going to decide, again, a second round of voting to decide who the winners are. This is Chaverimboyz, Day 6, Camping In. And now we move on to the live part of the show. We have some trivia today, and then later on in the show, we're going to have a music intro. We play an intro, and you tell us what song it is. So stay tuned. More coming up. Welcome to the live part of the show. For those who are joining us for the first time, there is right now in this part of the show, we ask questions and you raise your hand to answer. By the way, I got some text messages. You don't have to be a camper. This is a show for all Yiddish Kinderlach and Nedalach. It's nothing to do with camper. Obviously, it's, we have a lot of camp stuff, and it is by Camp Chaverim, but it's not limited to the campers. So feel free to raise your hand, even if you're not a camper. And before we begin the live part of the show, means taking your questions, I wanted to give a congratulations to our winner of yesterday's trivia, Yisrael Searle, which I was very flattered he was on the show. And then when the raffle was done, by the way, I don't do the raffle, so that I have a kid pick it out. They cut it up, they mix it up. And Yisrael Searle, if you're listening, you can contact me by the chat, or you can text me later and tell me where you would want to give certificate to. We have an option of toy stores, Toys for You, or Eichler's, or if need be, we can get it for you to a store in Flatbush. I'm not familiar with the Flatbush stores. But congratulations, and again, we raffle off. My apologies for not doing yet the raffle on the videos that were sent in, because again, we still got more videos and everybody's begging to just stick their videos in before we do the raffle. So we're going to probably stop do a raffle tonight, and then for the videos that come in after, they'll, we'll see what we're going to do with those. Before we move on, I wanted to give a very warm happy birthday for our one of our campers, Shia Rosenberg. Shia Rosenberg. Shia Rosenberg is 12th birthday. So mazel tov to Shia Rosenberg on your 12th birthday. A big shout out. Thank you for being such a wonderful camper. And we are celebrating from afar as well. And hey, I'm just learning now as we're talking that it's also the birthday of Ari Ganuth. So let's do this again. Ari Ganuth who is our beloved counselor. Okay, another shout out. Ari Ganuth, a happy birthday to Ari for his birthday as well. I guess it's not his 12th birthday, but I'm not sure what number it is. I'm not going to say it publicly. It's probably more than 12. Okay, excellent. Now let us move on to this part of the show. And we're still on the parshas before Pesach, the parshas of Shemois, Va'era, Boy, B'Shalach, and Pesach questions. So let us begin with a question. What was the schar for Shifra and Pua? Yocheved and Miriam, they were, we know that they did a wonderful service for Klal Yisrael, and that is that they saved the Yiddish Kinderlach. They did not do as Parei said. You know, that's not something to take lightly. Parei was going to kill them. And they did not listen to Parei, and they let the children live. What was their schar? We have with us Broker. You're on.
They got the Moshe Rabbeinu, and they got the Kohanim.
Moshe Rabbeinu, they got Bote Levia and Bote Kahuna. Yes, that is correct. By the way, if I'm not mistaken, you're the guy playing the piano. Is that right? Who's the guy playing the piano? Him, this guy. Very good. So you see, I recognized it. Thank you. Very good. Do you play this like a lot? Like, you know, it's simchas and stuff?
Yeah, I play sometimes.
Okay, first of all, what's your first name, Sadek?
Moshe Dov.
You're Moshe Dov, and your brother? Which one is Moshe Dov?
Me.
Okay, and the younger one is? Matisio. So first of all, thank you both for coming on the show. I know you're not campers because I know I don't have a camper by the name of Broker, but it's nice to have you on the show. So I just want to write down the names. So we have you said Moshe Dov, and Broker, and thank you. Yes, you did get the answer right. The schar they got was the fact is that they have Moshe and Aharon come from them. Now, I'm telling you something interesting. You see, Yocheved, okay, is Shifra, right? So she has wonderful children. She has Moshe and Aaron, that leaders of Klal Yisrael, and Bate Kahuna, Bate Levia. But why is that a schar for Miriam? Miriam is just a sister. What does she gain out of this? Isn't that an interesting question, right? Shifra and Pua.
She had David HaMelech, I think.
Okay, but Rashi focuses on the fact that they got Bote Kahuna, Bote Levia. I think it just teaches us is that, you know, especially because you're sitting together on a couch, is that having a sibling who's getting something is amazing. You know, meaning to say, if your sibling gets a schar, like if your sibling becomes Moshe Rabbeinu or Aaron HaKohen, that's good for you too. Okay, so I'm sure your Moshe Dov is going to make Matisio happy, and Matisio is going to make Moshe Dov happy, and the fact that you have each other. You see, you're already smiling. It's awesome. Thank you very much for coming on the show. You got the answers correct, and let us move on to another question. Now, by the way, before we move on to another question, I'm noticing over here we have one of our counselors. He's over here. He's wearing a birthday hat. I'm not sure why. We're going to find out in a second why. Chunky, how are you? Chunky, I forgot your real name. Here's the problem. When these counselors give them nicknames, it's a problem because I don't remember their real name. How are you doing? We can't hear you. Why can't we hear you? Is your sound on? We still can't hear you. We see your lips moving and your son. Hey, unmute. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, talk. No, we don't hear you. I don't know why that is. Okay, you can wave though. This is Chunky. Why are you wearing a birthday hat? I can't have all the answers. I don't know why. It's a funny thing. Why it doesn't let you talk? You're not muted by me, so it's obviously something with your settings. Maybe you turned off sound. I don't know. Maybe I have no idea. Okay, maybe your mother said no making sound in the house. Okay, we don't know. Okay, this is like a silent video. This is Chunky. Happy birthday. Who's the birthday hat for? It's for you? For Ari Ganuth? So you're wearing a birthday hat for Ari Ganuth. This is how counselors love each other. This is Chaim Silverstein. He's our counselor, third grade counselor. And he's wearing a birthday hat for Ari Ganuth. And again, I'm not sure why the sound is not working. We'll try to get you on again soon, okay? Let's move on to another question. Okay, let's move on to another question. It says in Parshas Shemois that there were two people that were fighting. Two people that were fighting. Raise your hand if you know the names of those people that were fighting. What were the names of those two people fighting in the pasuk? What was the name? What are the names of the two people fighting in the pasuk? Oh, we have a lot of hands raised. Okay. Let us right over here. We have Lipschitz. You're on. First of all, maybe move the camera back a little bit because it's like very dark. We don't see your beautiful Halak opponent. That's better. Okay, first of all, which one are you of the Lipschitzes? Because we got the twins and I don't know who you are.
Moishi.
No, Moishi. Now, what happens if you weren't Moishi? I wouldn't know the difference. I wouldn't even be able to tell. So where's the other one that's not Moishi so I can know that it's both of you? What is your name? Shirley. You see, I have no idea. This is Moshe and Shirley, and I have no idea of knowing which one is Moshe, which one is Shirley, because they could have just made up right now with a wink to change the name. By the way, I'm noticing you have glasses. Your brother also has glasses?
Yeah.
So you both got glasses. So it's not like I can even see the one with the glasses. Okay, good to have you on. By the way, how's it doing over there on 19th Avenue, all the way up there? Is it okay with the coronavirus?
Yeah.
Okay, is it boring or is it exciting that there's no Qaeda?
Boring.
It's boring? Are you saying this because you think your manal is listening? I'm not going to tell him. You can tell me it's exciting and whatever you feel the truth is. Okay, now you're thinking twice already. Okay, which Qaeda do you go to?
Hassan Sofer.
Rabbi Spitzer, I'm not going to tell Rabbi Spitzer. We'll tell Rabbi Spitzer is that all the boys from Hassan Sofer said they want to go back to yeshiva. We'll tell him, but maybe it is exciting a little bit vacation. Okay, so who again? I'm sorry. Let's say this again. So who are those two people fighting?
Dusan and Aviram.
Dusan and Aviram. For those who pronounce it with the Litvish word, that's Dusan and Aviram. It's the same thing, by the way. Dusan and Dusan, the same ones. Okay, Moshe Lipschitz, thank you very much for coming on the show. Let me ask you, Moshe, what's the hardest part of being at home? There's so many to choose from, or nothing is hard?
Learning.
The learning at home, right? It's definitely harder because it's not in class and Rebbe can't give out candies. But, maybe you could put like a dish of candies in the middle of the table, and every time you feel you learn geschmack, you take a candy for yourself, as if a Rebbe would give it out. What do you think? Good idea?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is, by the way, it's not from me. It was straight from your dentist, this message. It was his idea because the dentists want to make more money. So he said to me, you should tell the kids to eat candy. I'm just kidding. Okay, thank you very much for coming on. And let us move on with another question. We're going to do this question for a Kita Aleph, Beis, and Gimel boy. So we give the younger boys a chance as well. Today is day 6 of our Chaverimboyz show. So here is the question. What did the Eibishter create on the 6th day? What did the Eibishter make on the 6th day? If you are a Kita Aleph, Beis, or Gimel boy, tell us, what did the Eibishter create on the 6th day? You can give me the whole list, or you can tell me at least one of the things that the Eibishter created on the 6th day. What did the Eibishter create on the 6th day? And we have with us Yossi Brach. Yossi, how are you, Yossi? You're in Florida by the beach? That's what it looks like. You're having such a good time. By the way, I saw your video, Yossi, of cleaning up all the toys and making the dessert. You're such a big helper. Mother must be very proud. Okay, Yossi, do you want to tell us? Yossi, tell us, what did the Eibishter make on the 6th day of this extra? The what? I'm sorry, speak up. The Chayes and Behemoths. That's true. That's right. Also, the Eibishter created something else. One. A Chava, but before Chava there was? Udam, that's right. Very good. Okay. You're gonna have, if you win, you're gonna have to give a little bit of whatever you win to that little brother or sister. Somebody who's whispering all these gewaldic answers. I could see somebody. You're gonna have to share part of the prize. But you're so amazing. Let's put your name down over here. Your first name is Yossi, right? Okay. No, I was just making sure you didn't change your name in the middle of the year. You didn't say, "Hey, I got bored of the name Yossi and I want to now be called, Beryl or something, Beryl Brach." You want to be called Beryl Brach? Or you like the name Yossi? Yossi is fine. Okay, awesome. Thank you very much, Yossi, for coming on. We put your name into the raffle. And now let's move on again to a question. This is a question for everyone or anyone. We're going to lower the hands again so that we could start this again. By the way, again, boys, I said if you put in a name that I recognize, it's easier for me to keep track of, like making sure I don't call over the same boys again and again. When it's just random names, then by mistake, I sometimes can, call again and again. There are guys raising hand before I ask the question. That's how smart they are. Okay, let's move on to another question. This is a question for all ages. How many years were the Yidden in Mitzrayim? How many years were the Yidden in Mitzrayim? And that's really a trick question. It has two parts. So the full answer really should be two numbers, not just one number. Okay, we have with us Burich Brul. Burich Brul, do you hear me?
No.
Baruch, you're on. If you could start the video, then we can also hear you and see you, I mean.
210 years.
Baruch, can you start the video, Baruch?
Yeah. On the video?
If you could start. If you feel comfortable, you don't have to. Whoops, we lost you. Burich Bril, are you with us? I don't know what happened here. We had him, but then we lost him. Unmute, mute. Okay, I don't know, it's not going. Oh, we got him, we're back again. Maybe not. Okay, I don't know, technical issues over here. It's not letting me unmute Baruch. Try one more time here. Unmuting Baruch. And it doesn't let me do it. Okay, maybe he doesn't want to be. Maybe he changed his mind. I'm not sure. Okay, we'll try him again in a moment. Let's try somebody else. Moishi Carr. Moishi Carr, you're on.
210.
First of all, before you answer, Moishi, how are you doing, Moishi?
Good.
Okay. It's been a long time since the summer. I don't think I saw you. Some of the boys I saw in the middle of the summer, I don't think I saw you, and I really missed you. I'm sorry, your mouth is full. You can finish eating whatever you're eating over there. It must be delicious. You can take a minute. We'll wait. We're just making everybody else hungry. That's all. I'm hungry. I can see it all the way from here. He's on the top of my screen here, and Chaim Silverstein, he's getting hungry. Okay, tell me when you're ready to answer, and tell me also why there are two numbers. I mean, what is the answer? The short answer. The Yidden in Mitzrayim. How many years were the Yidden in Mitzrayim?
210.
210. That's correct. So why am I saying that there maybe is another number? That's like a trick question. There were 210 years in Mitzrayim. So I'm going to change the question, and I think you're going to have the answer. How many years were the Yidden in the Golus of Mitzrayim? They were in Mitzrayim 210 years, but the Golus of Mitzrayim was considered...
What?
The Gulis of Mitzrayim was longer than 210 years. How many years was the Gulis of Mitzrayim? That's okay if you don't know. I'm entering your name into the raffle because the answer was correct, 210 years. But we're going to see if there's another answer. Why? In other words, if you look in the Pusik, it doesn't say 210 years. It says a different number. If you look in the Pusik. Okay, Moshe, thank you for coming on, Moshe. Okay, let us, and we're going to mute you now. And Chaim over here, my son Chaim, is very eager to answer. Chaim, you want to answer? What is the second answer? Well, in other words, not 210. What's the answer?
400.
Almost. That's close, but it's not. Is that the number? 400? Now you're going to confuse me. Now I'm confused myself. Yeah, it's 400. Not 430. Not 430. 400. Yeah, it's 400. You see, this is what's happening. All the kids are smarter than me. That's the problem. all the kids in the world are smarter than me. I don't know if I was smart when I was a kid or not. I don't know, but definitely I'm not as smart now. Yes, Chaim, that's correct. That's 400. That is the right answer. And yes, we'll enter you into the raffle. See, part of the dilemma I have with my son Chaim is that he sits here, he raises his hand all the time, but I ignore him because he's watching the show live. But once in a while, I have to give him a chance to answer. So, he's not worse than anybody else watching, right? Just because he's my son, he doesn't have to lose out. Okay, that was excellent. Okay, so just to explain, what does that mean? Which one is it? Is it 210 or it's 400? So the answer is that the Eibishter told Avraham Avinu, you're going to go to Golus, the Klal Yisrael is going to go to Golus for 400 years. But the Eibishter had Rachmanas Klal Yisrael, and in Mitzrayim, we were only there for 210 years. And the Eibishter started counting it from when Yitzchak was born, even though it wasn't Golus, Mamish, but the Indian of Golus, the Eibishter started counting. So when you look in the Pasuk, it says 400 years, and Rashi calculates Klal Yisrael was not in Mitzrayim for 400 years. The answer Rashi says is that it's 400 years from when Yitzchak was born, and it's 210 years in Mitzrayim. The Eibishter had Rachmanas on us. That's as if like you have to go to the dentist for an hour, but you start counting the hour from when you leave Chayda, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Okay, that was wonderful. Let us move on to another question. This is a question for all ages, and it says in the Pasuk, the Eibishter took Moshe Rabbeinu, the Eibishter gave him one of the things to do. He took the stick and he made it into a snake. Everybody knows that. The Eibishter told Moshe Rabbeinu in front of Paro, take the stick and make it into a snake. What's the word for snake in the Pasuk? It doesn't say Nochosh. It says another word. What is the word in the Pasuk for snake? What is the word that it says over there? What is the word that it says? Okay. Well, let's 1 second. All the numbers here jumping up and down. All the ones who are raising the hand. Okay, we got with us the Hertzigs. Hertzigs, you are unmuted. Okay, Hertzigs, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is how are you doing? First of all, we only see your eyes. If you lower it a little bit, we can see your mouth too, and your brother, the Tzaddik, and your sister, the Tzaddikas. So talk to us. What is the name in the Pasuk? What does the Pasuk call it? The stick became into
Tanim.
I'm sorry?
Tanim.
Tanin. Oh, wow. Unbelievable. How does everybody know this? I had to look this up. The word is tanin. By the way, it also says in the Parshas Bereishis, it's taninim hagedolim. But yes, the word is tanin. Tanin is the word that the Pasuk uses for snake. What's your first name, Sadiq?
David.
David. I was just checking because we know over the years the Hertzigs from Eretz Yisrael from here. Are you in touch with your cousins in Eretz Yisrael?
No.
You're not in touch with them? Why not? You forgot about them?
No.
You know what I'm talking about. Which ones, right?
Yeah.
Israeli cousins. You used to come to camp every year, your Israeli cousins. Well, last year I don't think they came, but they came every year. We had the Hertzigs come from...
They came right after.
What?
They came right after from Uncle's Hasna.
Okay, so the Hertzigs come with a whole team. There's the Herzig, and then there's the guy who I call cousin. You know what I'm talking about, Avrumi. So and then there's the ones from Eretz Yisrael. So if you do end up talking to them, you can tell them about the show because I don't think they have Chai there either. But it's going to be very late for them because it's going to be 10 o'clock at night. So I don't know if they'll get on. But you can send them regards. Tell them that Camp Chaverim misses them. Okay, and find out how it's going over there in Eretz Yisrael. Okay, you can come on and give us a report, okay? Okay, so yes, that's correct, David, and we put your name down for the raffle for a gift certificate. Thank you for coming on. Okay, wow, look at that. Where do you live, David, by the way? Oops, I lost him. No, I didn't lose him. David, where do you live?
In Lakewood.
You live in Lakewood. Okay, we have a lot of boys from Lakewood. Do you have a backyard?
Yeah.
You appreciate you have a backyard?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Don't stop appreciating it because everybody here in Brooklyn can tell you is that we can use a backyard yesterday. Okay, because with all the kids at home, in the apartments or the homes, even if you got a big home, everybody's jumping off the wall. You know who's going to make a lot of money at the end of this coronavirus?
No.
The guys who fix the sheetrocks on the wall. because there's going to be a lot of dents in the wall from all the boys bouncing off balls and stuff like that. But not in Lakewood. In Lakewood, it's going to be the swing sets outside. They're going to be need fixing. So, okay. Thank you for coming on, David. As always, good to see the campers. And your brother wants to get his face in there. What's his name, Tzadik?
Shalom.
Shalom? I don't think he was a camper. Am I right?
No.
Not yet. Shalom. We're waiting for you to come to Camp Chaverim. You want to come to Camp Chaverim?
He's too young.
He's not too young. Look at him. He's smart. We don't. There's nothing with the age. We take how smart you are. When you're smart, you come. He's smart. Look at that. I can tell in his eyes. How old is he?
5, 6, 6.
6 is perfect. That's Kita Aleph. That's wonderful. That's not a problem.
Just
Okay,
turned
hopefully maybe we'll see him this year, maybe a different year, but good to see both of you. Thank you for coming on the show. Okay, let's move on to another question. Wow, I don't stop being surprised by how smart the boys are. Okay, let's move on to another question that we're going to leave only for Kita Aleph, Beis, and Gimel. So we give Kita Aleph, Beis, and Gimel a chance. If you're in Kita Aleph, Beis, and Gimel, you can please answer what is the 6th Makkah. We have 10 Makkahs, and since we are now in day 6 of the Camp Chaverim show, tell us what is the 6th Makkah in the 10 Makkahs. So if you have a song for it, it should be very easy because you start with Dam Sefardeya. And by the way, you want to hear a joke before you answer? So this is a joke you can tell over tonight by supper. Okay, what did one frog say to the other frog? He asked him, do you know the 10 Makkahs? And what did the other frog answer? Ha, 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 do you think I'm a dumb Sefardeya? Okay, if you don't get the joke, ask your parents to explain it to you. It's not a problem. Okay, we have with us 6401, the phone number. You're on from Lakewood. 6401?
Yeah.
Well, how are you, Tzadik? What's your name?
Nisano?
Nisano what?
What?
Nisano Schwartz. That's amazing. You know, we had last week your brother Shimmy came on, I think.
Yeah.
And now we have
Yeah.
you. That's amazing. I'm so happy. How are you doing, Nisano?
Good.
Good? Is it fun being home all week?
A little bit good, a little bit not good.
Okay, I love it. You know, Nisano, you're so smart. You give a perfect answer. It's a little bit good, a little bit not good. This way, you know, everybody is okay. Wow, Nisano, so good to have you on, and I missed you since the summer. So tell us, Nisano, what is the number 6 Makkah?
Shechin.
That's right, Shchin. Wow, that is true. That is right. It goes, yesterday we spoke about Dever, and today we have Shchin. Not that we have Chas v'Shalom, the Mitzrayim had, but we're talking about the Makkah of Shchin. That is correct, Nisano. Wow. So let me ask you, Nisano, what are you planning on asking for Afikoyman this year? Do you have a plan? Nisano, you have a plan of what to ask?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, Nisano.
I'm thinking of a watch.
A watch? Okay. That's only if you get the Afikoyman. What happens if Shimmy gets the Afikoyman? What are we going to do?
Shimmy doesn't know. Doesn't know at the tell that time on the watch that I'm getting.
Oh, but what happens if Shimmy steals the Afikoyman? Does everybody still get a prize?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. So maybe I'm going to come to you for the Seder. Because if everybody gets a prize, I like that. Not only the one who finds the Afikoyman. Okay, Shimmy, so good talking to you. Take care, Shimmy. And, you know, hopefully, you get the watch that you want.
Nisano, not Shimmy.
I'm sorry, Nisano, I'm sorry, Nisano. Thank you, Nisano, for coming on, and keep on smiling. Whenever I think of you, I think of your big smile. Okay, that was Nisano Schwartz by phone from Lakewood. Okay, let's move on. Wow, such smart kids. Okay, now I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to make a tough question. So this way, you know what? Make it a tough question. How many psukim are there in the Shira? In the Shira that you would say, by Oz Yashir, how many psukim are there in the Shira? How many psukim are there in the Shira? Shmuley Deutsch, our counselor, is raising your hand. I promise you, Shmuley, he doesn't know the answer. Because if he knows what's going on. Shmuley.
Yeah.
You know the answer?
I know yesterday's answer. You never gave me a chance with the fifth Malcolm. The fifth Shevet.
The fifth Shevet.
I was up all night looking for that answer.
Oh my goodness. But we had it right here on the show. This is Shmuley Deutsch, our counselor. Shmuley, now I ask the tough question. If you know the answer for this one, we can actually enter you. Shmuley, how many psukim are there in the Shira?
Make up.
Are you looking it up?
No.
Well, you could take a guess.
47.
Oh my gosh, you way overshot. No, Shmuley, that's not correct. Shmuley, here is, I bet you, Shmuley, is that there's going to be a kid like Dalit boy is going to know this answer, like right off the bat. I don't know, Shmuley, I think you and I went to Cheder at the wrong generation. Look how smart the boys are, unless it is that all the smart kids come to Camp Chaverimboyz. I'm not sure which it is.
I think that.
Okay, doke, Shmuley. Okay, I'm going to mute you. We're gonna go back to try to find one of the kids. They know all the answers. Shmuley's prepared already. Okay, very good. So let's find another boy who wants to answer this question. We have Mati Jacobs. Mati Jacobs.
21.
No.
Oh, say 21. Say 21. Say 21.
Why can't I find Mati Jacobs here? 1 second. I have him. I hear you. I want to put him on here.
They're so Indian.
We're Arabic.
There we go. What's going on? Refuse. Sometimes this doesn't want to work. Okay. We hear you, but we don't. Okay. We're going to try to put Mati Jacobs on video. Mati, be patient a second.
No.
Okay, I don't know why it's not going, but Mati, we're on. Mati, over there in Lakewood.
Say 21.
21.
21. I counted 19. Where are you counting 21?
Sit there.
Oh, now you know that one of the chickens got a doubled over, and the last pasuk doesn't belong in the Shira. That's why the answer is really 19. Full face here. I don't know why. Okay. So, Mati, let me tell you like this, Mati. There's 19 in the thing. I'm going to put you on the raffle because of the effort. But just so you know, there's 19 because in the Shira, in the Siddur, Hashem Yimlech Chaverimboyz is twice. Which in the Shira it's only once, and then the last pasuk. Is not part of the Shira. The Siddur put it in there. The Anshik Rebels Masak and the Siddur put it in there, but it's not part of the. It's not part of this of the Shira. So just so you know that, okay?
Okay.
So I don't know why. 1 second. Let me try this again to get you on here.
He's telling you again. Don't be shy.
Your video on. I don't know.
The camera's working.
I know that. There's some. I don't know why. It's not allowing me to put the video. Okay, I don't know why. Okay, but you got the answer right, Mati. Thank you. And let us move on. You see, this is the thing about technology. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And we got back to Shmuley. It's refusing to let go of Shmuley. Yeah, Shmuley. That was your camper, right? Mati Jacobs. Okay, very good. I'm going to stop. Shmuley, I'm stopping your video a second. I'm trying to see if it's going to free us up over here. Okay, you can restart yours if you want, but I don't know why. Okay, let us move on. That was Mati Jacobs from Lakewood, New Jersey. Let's move on to another. Okay. We have, okay, that was a good thing, 19. I thought this was going to be like the trick question because I knew that some guys are going to look in the Siddur and they're going to find 21. That was why it was a trick question. Yay, I finally won with a trick question. Okay, this is the next question. It's a little bit of a hard question. From Yam Suf, after the Eden left Yam Suf, where did they go to? The first place that they went to is a place. I'm not going to say where it is. What was the name of the place? Right after they left Yam Suf, what is the name of the place that they went to right after they left the Yam Suf? What is the name of the place that they went to? Morgenstern. Morgenstern, you're unmuted. Okay, Morgenstern, wait.
Maybe they're not.
No, somebody else got unmuted. I'm not sure. Okay, they feared Shimon's iPhone. I'm not sure who that is.
It's us, I think. It's us.
Yeah, 1 second. Okay. Friedman, first of all, welcome back, Friedmans. I think we had you on, and it's good to have you on again. And what's the younger tzaddik's name? I keep forgetting. Binyamin. How are you doing, Binyamin? You know that smile of yours, it makes the whole show worth it. Not only for me. Everybody watching is looking at that smile and is getting excited. Okay, so who's answering this one? Is it Binyamin answering this? Oh, wow, the credit's going to Binyamin. So which place did they even go to?
Midbar Shir.
That's right, Midbar Shur, that's right. Binyamin got the answer right. Okay, Shmuley Deutsch, Chunky, did you know that? I don't think so. Chunky's saying yes. Okay. I don't think so. I didn't know that before looking it up. But these boys, they go to Chassam Sofer, right?
Yeah.
And you know what I want to tell you? Make Rabbi Spitzer very proud. Who's your Rebbe in Chassam Sofer, Binyamin?
Moseson.
Rabbi Moseson? Does he give out a lot of candy? No, not enough. Well, does he give more candy or less candy than homeschool?
Who gives you more candy?
At home you get to have more candy?
At home.
Oh, at home there's more candy. Okay. Well, that's why the kids are not necessarily going to want to go back to school, because at home they're getting much more candy than they're getting in school. So, anyway, great answer, Binyamin. That is correct. Midbar is. Thank you very much for coming on, and keep smiling there. Both of you keep smiling. Amazing. Okay, let's move on. Oh wow, we're running out of time. How does this happen all the time? Okay, we have so many questions that I thought I didn't prepare enough questions. Great. Okay, this is a question for all ages. I think it's going to be easier for the younger kids. The name of the place that Klal Yisrael came to, the water was bitter. The name of the place that the Klal Yisrael came to, the water was bitter. And Dovi G, you're on. Dovi G, can you start your video, Dovi G? Please pick me, Dovi G.
Crazy. Hello, why did you raise your hand? Because that's what happens, Colin.
You guys don't have to be afraid. If you raise your hand, it's good. You guys can answer. Come on. Don't be afraid. Very good. Dovi, you're on.
My sister just made it raise up.
Okay, then your sister has to answer. What's the answer? Don't be afraid. What's your sister's name? Racheli. Racheli, do you know the answer? There was a place that the Yidden went to. No, not Yam HaMelech. Cheli? Not Racheli. Cheli. Okay, I got this. So what's the name of the place that the Yidden came to and the water was bitter? Where was that? Oh, you want to try? You want to give it a shot? Your brother tried Yam HaMelech. Cheli, what's the name of the place Eden came to? The water was bitter.
My name is not Cheli. I have a different sister.
Oh. Okay, what's your name?
What?
What's her name?
Chaya.
Chaya. Why I keep saying Chaya? Do you know the answer?
No, I'm younger than my brother. I'm younger than him.
Mara, that's correct. Very good. That was quick help from the back over there. Very good. Mara. So who do we put into the raffle now?
Me.
I said the answer.
The
whole family. Adina Goldenberg.
The whole family just called us again.
Okay, we're going to enter Adina Goldenberg into the raffle.
And Dovi Goldenberg.
Here's my suggestion, Adina. If you win, I think you buy ice cream for everybody so nobody's fighting. Okay, it'll be $25.
Just pick on us again.
I can try, but make sure you raise your hand when you know the answer.
Tyler.
Okay, excellent. That was true. Mora is the name of the place. Thank you for coming on the show. And yes, Mora is the name of the place that Kaisel came to. And Mora, the word Mora means bitter. That's what the word Mora means. Okay, we're gonna go take another one question, you know, and then we'll go to the second part of the show, and then we have a special guest. We have with us a special guest. Okay, how much of the mun was collected? Every day you have to go collect mun. How much mun? What does the pasuk tell us? How much mun was collected every day? Okay, how much mun was collected every day? How much mun was collected every day? And we have with us a lot of answers here. A lot of answers. Okay, we have. Whoops, not all of them. There we go. 1 second. Newman, you're on.
Newman. Okay, well, let me unmute you.
No, they're unmuted. You can't do that. I do that. They're unmuted. Loud and clear. Newman boys, why did run away? Why did you run away, dear brother? Oh wait, now somebody muted. I think when you tried unmuting, you muted. Okay, hold on, Sadik. There we go. Newman, we can hear you.
However, how much every person needed.
Well, but the pasuk says how much you were supposed to collect. The pasuk says you're supposed to collect for each person. The pasuk says an amount. Obviously, the pasuk doesn't say a pound or you know, like a box. The pasuk uses a word, a certain amount, a measurement from the Torah, how much you're supposed to. Here, he came back. He ran away, brother. He's back. No, don't run away. Well, how much you're supposed to collect?
I don't know.
You don't know. Well, okay, that was good trying. Maybe your brother knows. Does your brother know?
No.
You don't know. Okay, very good. I forgot. Remind me your names, boys.
Debbie.
Debbie and?
Shemi.
And Shimmy. Okay, the Newman boys from Borough Park. You miss Camp Chaverim?
Yeah.
A lot or little?
Lot.
Which part do you miss from camp the most?
Everything.
Everything? Yes? Okay, maybe is the noodle soups you miss a lot? Because we're not going to have noodle soups like that this year. We're going to have regular lunches. I mean, you know, not fish sticks. That I leave for yeshiva to have. But we're going to have, you know, we're going to have hot lunches and sandwiches and good stuff. So, yeah, okay. I mean, if you miss everything, it's okay. I also miss everything. I miss all the kinderlach. This is actually, for me, like, you know, seeing all the kids right now, that's awesome. Because that's like starting camp early. Because usually I can't wait for camp. Like I have a big calendar and I'm busy marking down when camp is coming. Okay, thank you very much, Newman boys, for coming on. But we still have to get the answer, how much. So let's pick somebody else. Let's pick Nadler. Whoops, Nadler. Whoops, by mistake. I picked 1 second, Laser Klein, but I already gave Laser Klein a chance yesterday. Moshe Nadler. Okay. Moshe Nadler, you're on. Moshe, how are you? Don't be shy. How are you doing, Moshe?
Good.
Good, Baruch Hashem. Good to see you. How's it doing over there? You're learning some sefer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we got a lot of some sefer boys. I should really get Rabbi Spitzer on here, and then he can, like, you know, he could just like check on all the boys at one time. You know, I can show him that video. I can see if everybody's behaving or not behaving. So how much oimer, I gave it away. How much was supposed to be collected?
Oimer.
Oimer, very good. You see, I slipped also, but you knew it. Oimer is a certain measurement. Oimer lagul goyles. An oimer was a certain amount of time, a certain amount of mon, a certain measurement, and you had to collect it. And what happens if somebody collected more than an oimer, Moshe? A guy thought, you know what, he'll save it. You know, maybe there'll be a coronavirus he wants to put away. He's going to take 5 oimer.
No, worms came.
What is it? I'm sorry? Worms came and ate it up, right? The first day, by the way, people didn't know how much they're supposed to collect. It says everybody went collected and everybody came home and it was an oimer per person. So if you had a family of 5, you found 5 oimer. But yes. So that's the correct answer, and thank you very much. Are you managing over there at home, or it's boring?
I'm managing.
You're managing? Are you fighting with Zevi? Yes or no? Don't give us the answer. It's okay, because if you tell me you're not fighting, then you have to teach me the secrets, because all kids fight sometimes, especially when they're home a lot together. But I'm just kidding around. That's what we do, right? Do you get to play some games with Zevi, or is busy learning all day?
I get to do stuff.
You get to do stuff? Okay, very good. You know, it's a nice time. We have to be able to enjoy the time together. You know, last year your brother was an OB, he was a big knacker. So, you know, is he here?
Yeah.
Where is he? Come on, let him show his face. He's a knacker from OB. How you doing? What's going on? Why were you so shy? You're giving Moshe all the spotlight. Don't be so shy. Don't be so shy. Are you going to camp this year? Sleepaway?
Yeah, Emir Hashem.
Emir Hashem, right? Last year you went 1/2 to Camp Yeshiva, right? Right. And this year you're going to probably go to full summer Camp Yeshiva. Okay, so maybe we can come play a game, because we go play a game against Stone. I think it's time we go play a game, official game against Camp Yeshiva, to meet all our campers that go to Camp Yeshiva. And we'll see what happens then. But we definitely miss all the boys. And, you know, you were, last year you had, what was your role in Color War? You were a sergeant, staff sergeant. What was your?
I was there first half.
You were there first half. So, oh, right. You weren't there in Color War. You were only there first half. Okay, good. Because all the boys in OB got a rank during Color War. Okay. Thank you very much for coming on. And you put you on the raffle, so you know, good luck with that. And right now we're going to move to the second part of the show. Welcome to the second part of the show. Again, this is Chaverimboyz Day 6. I got a lot of feedback on the pudding cups and the pancakes, and I'm glad those things are working out. Today I want to present to you a fun activity that you could do with leftover magazines, newspapers, and stuff in your house. All you need to have is paper, scissors, glue, and some old magazines. So ask your parents which are magazines that are old that you can use. It's most fun when this activity is done as a competition. You have the whole, you know, all your siblings around the table. But again, you could do this on your own. And the idea is to cut out words, phrases, letters, pictures of the magazine, and create out of it sentences. It could be a story, it could be just one sentence. And when you do this as a competition, you set a timer of 5 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, and you have a pressure to finish by a certain time. It becomes a lot of fun. So I'll show you just a little bit how it's done, but really it doesn't take much. And I would love to see some of your creations. Send them in so that we could follow along. Well, for this activity, you're going to need a few very simple things. Some old magazines that you probably have at home, a pair of scissors, some glue stick, and plain white paper. If you have these ingredients, you are ready to go. You don't need much more than this and your creativity. Well, in each magazine, you'll find words that can be picked to be able to be used in a sentence. For example, over here, you'll have words such as under frozen ice. Who likes brown? When you open it up, you'll find words such as diary. Sometimes there'll be pictures that you can use, such as a bunch of kids lining up. And the idea is to cut up these pictures and words and sentences and to create a sentence, or even better, if you can do more than one sentence, that would be funny and creative and colorful. don't laugh, okay? Don't laugh. Your creative voice turned upside down, and my most organized Abba remembered showing them mac and cheese. So here you go, you got this sentence, and you could do this as a race around the family table. Set a timer, 5 minutes, 8 minutes if you're dealing with younger children, or even shorter, and you can make the time shorter and shorter to create a sentence that has to be grammatically correct and funny. Yesterday we covered Rotzke Tzvi, and we spoke about why it's the Tzvi that is picked by Chazal. And today I want to just take a few minutes to talk about the other one that Yehuda ben Tema mentions, and that is Kal Kanesha, be light like an eagle. And while there are many birds that fly, if you'll take a closer look at the eagle, you'll understand why Yehuda ben Tema chose the eagle. Kal, be light, easy to move, Kanesha. Because the eagle doesn't only fly, it has a certain ease about how it does things. And when Chazal say be kal kanesha, they don't only mean fly high. It's about being able to be light and easy to be able to do mitzvahs. And take a look a little bit about the eagles flying and what we could learn from that for our Avodas Hashem. If you take a look at the flight of the eagle, it almost looks like it's effortless. There's obviously a lot of muscle used to be able to remain afloat, and the wings of every bird is a marvel. But when you take a look at the eagle's flying, it's not just about the fact that he's flying high or low, it's about how easy and light he is. And when Chazal say have a kal kanesha, they're saying that when it comes to mitzvahs, always jump on the opportunity with a lightness, with ease. Show that it's easy, even when it's hard. Take it upon yourself, even if it's a difficult mitzvah or a difficult situation. Take it upon yourself as if it's light. Be kal, be ready. Be always easygoing when it comes to mitzvahs. In the following clip, which is again not mine, the credits are at the end. You will see a GoPro camera attached to the back of this eagle, and this eagle is a privately owned eagle by the gentleman in the video, and he attached a camera to it to give us a glimpse of how it looks like, the flight from the point of view of an eagle. Take a look.
Probably gonna have somebody hold him to this.
another thing we can learn from the eagle, from the nesher, about avodas Hashem, is sometimes getting a push to do something. When the little chicks, the baby eagles, come out of their eggs, they don't know how to fly yet. And they're afraid, they're high in the trees. And the mother pushes them, as you could see, to get out there and to fly. It must be very frightening at first. And the birds, I'm just trying to imagine the baby birds, what's going through their heads the first time they're out there alone. But the mother eagle pushes them to get out of their comfort zone. How many times are there mitzvahs or chesed or things that are not necessarily convenient for us? We need a little push. Let's learn this from the eagle, to push ourselves a little bit out of our comfort zone and take on a new meaning for Kal Kanesha. Not only being light and easy with doing mitzvahs, but also pushing ourselves with things that we might not feel comfortable at first when we know they are the right thing.
How remarkable the Niflois Aboire, and in particular what Chazal tell us, have a Azkanomer Kal Kanesher. One of the things that keeps coming to mind is how thankful we are to the Eibishter, even during a time like this, that we are in, indoors, we're not in school, some people can't work, and we're going to sit tight until this is over. But being able to thank Hashem for all the good that we do have, like I mentioned earlier in the show, the fact that we have food and a warm house and we have a good place that we can wait out this crazy situation. So Benny Friedman's song Todah is so appropriate. Take a listen and let's be thankful for everything that we have.
יכול בלי תודה לך על חושך ויאללה אור הטוב תודה לך אתה תמיד קרוב תודה לך על שמש בשמיים בכל יום על אהבה המלווה לכל מקום תודה לך על הניסים ויאללה טבע גם מודה אני מלך חי וקיים תודה תודה לך השם הלב דורש ומבקש על מה שיש לומר תודה 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 לך השם כל הנשמה תהלל קי וחכה רק לשיר תודה 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 לך השם הלב דורש ומבקש על מה שיש לומר תודה 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 לך השם כל הנשמה תהלל קי וחכה רק לשיר תודה פותח את ידיך ומשפיע לכל חי בהרי כויסי לוחם רוחו על כלי די הקל הזן ומפרנס גוזר ומקיים על הכל תודה לך השם תודה תודה לך השם הלב דורש ומבקש על מה שיש לומר תודה 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 לך השם כל הנשמה תהלל קי וחכה רק לשיר תודה 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 לך השם הלב דורש ומבקש על מה שיש לומר תודה 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 לך השם כל הנשמה תהלל קי וחכה
'cause you're the music and the rhyme, you're the rhythm and the time. Toda lecha. I know that there's a reason and a plan, so I try the best I can to make you proud. So all the friends I made along the way, let me hear you sing it out loud. Toda, my thanks to you, my life is all from you. The light is you, the darkness too. You. Toda, my thanks to you, my life is love for you. Though I am small, I hear your call that you love me too. Toda, my thanks to you, my life is all from you. The ones I love are gifts of love from you. The tears I've cried and joy, the friends that I've enjoyed. It's all your love from up above. No, I love you too. Toda, toda lecha Hashem. Halev doresh umevakesh al ma sheyesh lomar. Toda, toda, toda lecha Hashem. Kol hanshama tehallelka, היא מחכה רק לשיר תודה. תודה לך. My thanks to you, my life is all from you. The ones I love are gifts of love from you. The tears I've cried and joy, the friends that I've enjoyed. It's all your love from up above. No, I love you too. Toda, toda lecha Hashem. Halev doresh umevakesh al ma sheyesh lomar. Toda, toda, toda lecha Hashem. Kol hanshama tehallelka, היא מחכה רק לשיר תודה. תודה לך.
What a beautiful song. And yes, we have to be so thankful for everything Hashem has given us. I'd like to now bring on our special guest. He's a friend of mine. It's an honor to call him a friend. He's a world famous chazan. His name is Yanki Lemmer. His brother is also a chazan, Shulam Lemmer. Both of them are well known. Yanki Lemmer had put out some CDs, and he's a chazan in the shul, the Lincoln Shul in Manhattan. I wanted to bring him on to talk a little bit about his music, to talk a little bit about how it's affecting, coronavirus is affecting, chazonim and, the jobs that they have over Pesach. So please stay tuned. We're going to bring him on in just a moment.
Okay, welcome to the second part of the show. And like I said, we have with us a very special guest. His name is Yanki Lemmer. And Rabbi Lemmer, how are you? So good to have you on.
Baruch Hashem, shkoyach. My kids are really enjoying the Zooms so far.
Well, I'm glad they're enjoying it. And there's so many things that I would love to ask you. We probably won't be able to do it all at one time, but because there's so many things once I get you on here. So pencil in a date for me, like maybe in 2 weeks, if this madness still goes on, that I can bring you on. So
Great.
First of all, just tell us a little bit. I wasn't sure I got the name of the place you're a chazan in right. I said Lincoln, but I think it's Lincoln Square. Is that right?
Lincoln Square, synagogue, lo mashane. It doesn't make a difference. It's
Okay.
all for what it matters to the kids. Can I start with a riddle? Can I ask everyone a riddle?
Sure, you can ask a riddle. We can actually even have guys try to answer with raising their hand. So, I mean, let's do it.
Nobody's gonna know it. Trust me. Nobody's gonna know it. The riddle is as follows. The tune of the Nusach, right? Hold on. Let me put on my hat. We can talk about this hat also. Why do Chazanim wear these hats? Right? Who composed that nigun? Who composed that nusach? That's the riddle. And whoever gets it right, what does Chaverimboyz give them?
Oh, wow. Well, it depends how hard you're making it. I all the questions that I thought are hard, these kids know off the back of their hand. So I learned that nothing is really hard.
Nobody knows this one. Nobody knows.
Yanki, can I pull out one boy and see, maybe?
As many as you like. Go
Okay,
ahead.
let me try. I got with us Drew. Drew, you're on. We got a couch. We didn't get Drew. Oh, we got the Drews, both of them. Okay, did you hear Chazan Lemmer's question?
Okay.
Okay, so who made that tune of Sheikhanad and the Khunurana?
Shlomo.
No,
The tune, not the words, the tune.
the tune. Who decided that this should be the nusach? Da 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 di da da di da da da, or by Hamelech. Hamelech. Who composed that?
Yeah.
Was it Yossi Green?
Okay, well, Yankee, it doesn't seem like we're going to know this one. So tell us.
Oh, no. I'm going to tell you in 2 weeks when I'm back.
Okay,
You have 2 weeks. Have 2 weeks to try and figure it out.
Now, do you know that, first of all, I'm not going to lose sleep over this because I'm a Stoliner, and we have a completely different nusach, which we know where it comes from. No, not just the screaming. We have a nusach. It's very different. Do you know how Stoliners start Baruch Shamar?
No, let's hear.
Shabbos. Baruch Shamar v'yoylam. The only ones in the world. And then the punchline. Yochidchei yoylamim melech v'shubach u'mefoyor adeyat shmoy hagodol Baruch atah Hashem melech mi'ulo v'tishbochois.
Nice, but it still fits in the confines of Nusach, meaning that it's in the right mode of Psukkah de Zimra of Shabbos.
Well, yeah.
It uses the same notes in a different pattern, but it uses the same scale. Anyway, that's a shmooze for a different time.
Okay. So what's the secrets?
What secret do you want to know? There are many secrets.
The secret for the Nusach.
Oh, the secret for the Nusach. No, I want everyone to ask their parents.
Okay. So then in that case.
Not today.
So what I mean.
Let everyone ask their parents and their rebbes.
Okay, Yankee, what that means is that in a week from now, even if you just got 5 minutes, I'm going to bring you on just so that we touch base on this.
Okay.
That's awesome.
But I can't give it away. I want it to actually, yeah. Okay, you want to see some of my toys? What's this in back of me? Like a mini coffin.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm being put on the spot because I'm used to asking the questions, and all of a sudden you're asking questions, and the fact that I don't know stuff is coming to light.
No, it's very few know it. Let me, you know, we're so grateful. We just heard Todah. We're so grateful for technology. Let's go back to sound for a second, the technology of sound. The oldest thing that makes sound, where is that cylinder? There.
Can I try? Is that a phonograph?
Yes, it's a phonograph. Very good.
Oh, no, boys, that's with an N. Phonograph.
Phonograph. This is the oldest thing that I have in my house. It's called a cylinder. Before there was record players, there were cylinders. And that's how the golden age of Chazunis became the golden age. That was the early 1900s was when sound started being recorded. They took like plastic and they scratched out tiny, tiny things. You could probably not see it because even with a microscope, you can't see it. And then a needle goes on it and the needle goes around and around and around and it scratches out that sound. Do you guys want to hear it?
Love to.
Let's hear it. So here is the phonograph with an N, right? Let's bring it a little closer. It has no electricity. We open it up and we wind it up. We have to open up the doors for the sound. We wind it up. So if we bring the computer closer, just pick up the computer. Yeah, good job. See, I'm winding it up. There's a spring inside. There's a spring. Now I'm gonna take the needle. There's a needle right here. And I'm gonna put it on here. It's gonna start scratching out the sound.
Wow.
I took off the needle, it stops. You want to know how you control the volume on this? I'll just show you how you control the volume on this. You close the door. You close another door. That's the volume.
Absolutely awesome. How long does each record last? You know, because my exposure to records were only, my grandmother had a bunch of records, you know, that she had of various, Moshe Koussevitzky, and along with David.
That's to do with Koussevitzky you just heard, yes.
Yeah. But this is Koussevitzky?
Yep.
Okay, so I wouldn't know. That was just off the, I wouldn't know, unfortunately. How long did each one last for? Was it, I mean, it was one song per disc, per record.
Okay, so there are mainly two different types of vinyl records. This is vinyl, and if you look at it very closely, you'll also see these scratches, these very, very, very thin scratches on it that the needle picks up, and then there's like a little shape, a horn shape called the reproducer, and that makes it. Anyway, there's two different kinds. There's regular 78 records. Those have about 3 minutes on each side. Then there are LPs, long play records, which are 33 RPMs. It goes 33 rounds per minute. These go 78. It has to go quickly because the technology wasn't there yet. But basically, the old ones, 3 minutes on each side. The more newer ones, like from the 1950s, about a half hour on each side.
Wow. So just so the boys can understand, if you wanted to get like 10 songs, right, which is what an average CD today comes out with, that would come on minimum of five vinyl records, you know, one song for each side, limiting it to a song of 3 minutes.
Exactly, and these used to cost like $10, $15 of money in those days per song. So to get like a full album, you would pay $100. It would be like 50 to 75 cents a piece, which is today like $10.
Well, but you can almost say, Yankee, it's a shame being a singer in this generation, because back in the day, these songs were $15 and there was no way to copy it.
100%. There was no way to copy it, and people who owned these would charge people money to come to their house, or there was a person in the shtetl that went around with one of these machines. There are more portable ones. This one's a little heavy. They would go around with these machines and turn over their kappel or their hat and say, you know, if you want to come listen here, put in some money, and they would be mechazik the olam with this music. I have one more surprise to show you. Wow. Very, very old kind of musical instrument. Also that has no electricity. It's not a piano. So for a second, we spoke about sound. What is sound? That's another riddle. Any child can say how sound works. What is sound? Raise your hand.
Let's try to take somebody on that, because that's an answer that I know. So if I know, they for sure know, because they're a lot smarter than me. So even I know that. Let's try to find somebody. Okay.
Yeah. So what is sound and how does it happen?
Okay. Moishi Shore.
Sing in the ear.
Okay, Moishi. Yankee's asking, what is sound? How is sound made? Like, how do we, like, yes sound or no sound? What's the difference? Like, how do we know what sound is?
I don't know.
Are you not sure?
Hi, Yankee. Where your captains?
Well, okay, Moishi. I mean, thank you for coming on. Let's try somebody else. Goldenberg.
It travels through waves. It travels through waves.
Oh,
very good.
Before, back on. It travels through waves. Yankee, do you like the answer?
Yes, very good. How? Movement, right? Movement.
It's in the ear. It bounces off the wall.
So if it bounces off anything, right? If I move my two hands and they clap together, it made a sound, and then that sound is moving air into my ear, and it vibrates, right? So that's sound, right? That's the basic thing. This is the same thing. It scratches. That movement of scratching is making a vibration, and it's going into our ear. So now we're going to show you Very old kind of musical instrument that looks like a suitcase. You see the suitcase? It's not a suitcase. Rabbi Cohn has seen this before in his house.
I had the pleasure.
Hashem brought this once. Let me show you what it is. Tilt it more forward, please. No, just the top of it. More. Okay, that's it. All right, so here is this suitcase. We're going to take this suitcase, and we're going to open it like this. You don't see anything yet, right? Okay. And then we're going to take this suitcase, and we're going to make it into a lift and drop. We're going to turn this into a organ. This is an organ. It looks like a piano. But let's talk again about sound. Here, it's not working. Oops, it's not working. Plug it in? No, there was no electricity back then. Don't plug it in. I'll show you what I'm going to do. I take my feet, and I'm going to pump air through it. If I pump air through it, I can play it. There's air that's going through the reeds, through a little thing that's going to vibrate. And that air is going to start making music. Ready, set, go. So let me show you now where the foot pump goes. Can you see it?
Wow. And you have to keep on pumping this, Yankee, as you're playing?
Yep, it's a lot of exercise for your feet. You could do bike for chai after you do it.
Wow. But more than that, I mean, it's like you got to both keep in mind the notes you're playing, and in your case, also singing and pump the foot. Well, that's why I don't play this instrument, because I would lose one of them. I would either forget to pump or forget to sing or forget to play. I can't do all three.
You get used to it. But anyway, this was designed for chazonim or rabbis or pastors, lahavdil, that were going on the battlefield during the wars, and they wanted to sing songs to the soldiers. Like, for example, if somebody was going to make a rabbi, there are rabbis in the military called chaplains. If they were going to go before Pesach, and they were going to, talk about the upcoming Yontif, they would sing to them. Yeah, so that's the idea. That's how it was made. So it's collapsible, foldable. Let me break it down one more time. You're going to see it looks really big now and amazing. It's a full keyboard, but you close the top, then you close the bottom. Let me show you how. 2 clips. The whole thing folds down into a tiny little suitcase. Ta-da!
Wow. That's absolutely amazing. I remember when you brought it to the Chaverimboyz that was in my apartment, you shared that there was some story behind it, if I remember correctly. Was there a story behind you getting it?
Not an exciting one.
Not an exciting one. Okay, I remember that. I just remember that there was something that it was rare, that you're working hard to get it, that it's not common.
Yeah. I worked a long time to get it. A lot of them are, there's no interest in it, but just someone had it and they died, and it was left to an estate and whatever.
Wow, that's fantastic. That's amazing. I mean, you started off with a little bit of a thing about the chazan hats, but before you get into that, last Shabbos was I mentioned this on the show yesterday, or it was the first time in the history, probably in recorded history that we know about, is that Klal Yisrael as a whole davened at home.
You know, it was a very emotional feeling. You know, there was like kind of, you know, the connection with David. We're there, but we were home. And I know that I was able to hear you and not see you, is that you did this on the porch davening. I was able to hear you because your voice carries B'yan Hara. So tell us a little bit about that.
So we had a minyan with a bunch of the neighbors, everyone on their own porch, safely distanced. And when it came to Rosa de Shabbos, which is a very famous Chazanische piece, some of the neighbors said, no, Chazan, yeah. So I did it, and it was a surreal experience. You know, you usually when you sing and there are people listening, you feel the crowd, you feel the oilam, and you can feed off that energy. There's an energy like that. Last week, Friday night, it was like just, you know, I knew that there are people on the sides, you know, the side porches, the back porches, the front porches that were listening, but still you don't see them and you don't feel the energy. And on some level, it was very moving. I know.
Okay. Well, I could tell you is that, you know, that there's quite a distance between your house and my building. And yet I heard you, I davened in my dining room, no offense, but yet I was able to hear you clearly, to the point that I thought that you were in the backyard, because in my backyard they did the same thing. It was that powerful. So I'm just telling you that there was a big crowd listening. The energy was felt. So just so you know about that. You know, so I guess before, you know, we finish off, you will share with us a little bit about that yarmulke that the Chazonim wear? Is it just a
Oh, sure. Yeah. Let me go. Where is it here? Yeah. This Chazan hat is actually, it's interesting because the idea is, a lot of people say, oh, you can't wear a Chazan hat because in the church, lahavdil, that's where they wear it, in the church. And you know something? Maybe it's true. They do wear it in the church, but where did they take it from? First of all, you see it collapses. Now it's all nice and flat. It's got this nice little pom-pom. I have a white one for the Shuni and Kippur. It collapses, and then you open it up on the head. You make it nice and puffy. Oh, how does it look, kids? Looks good?
It looks awesome.
Oh, I got a thumbs up there. Oh, 3 thumbs up. Anyway. So, yeah, maybe it came from the church, but where did the church take it from? Anyone knows?
Well, we can take some guesses from the audience. If any boy wants to try to say, where did it come from? Chazonim hats, where did it originate? What I'm guessing that Yankee is saying is that it had an origination by us Eden. So if somebody wants to, okay, we got the Blumenkrantz, Blumenkrantz, you're on. Hey, Blumenkrantz boys, you're on.
A shul.
Well, where did the shuls get it from? Where does it come from in Yiddishkeit, such a kind of hat? A hat for somebody davening.
Chazanim.
Well, before Chazanim.
I don't know.
I'll give you a hint. A shul is a mikdash ma'at.
Oh, in the Beis Hamikdash they wore hats.
Mikdash?
What's that?
Beis Hamikdash?
Yeah. Who wore it in the Beis Hamikdash?
Kehanim.
Yeah, and the Kohen Gadol, what was it called? Mitzanavim. Mitztapuzim. Mitznefes, yes, the mitznefes, exactly. The mitznefes looked something like this. It also had this kind of there. But anyway, see, if you look very closely, you could see that this one only has 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, and 1 in the back. 4 corners, right? Why? Because I'm sorry. This one has 6 corners, 6 slices, right?
Yankee, I think we might have lost you there. You froze there for a second. Okay, wait, let's see if we can get Yankee Lemmer back over there. He froze. Well, that's probably his connection. He froze in an interesting spot there. I can't wait to hear the punchline there. I'm not sure exactly what the punchline is. But yeah, how do we get him? Okay. I'm not sure how to get him back on to, let's see, he'll probably get off and connect back again as soon as he realizes is that his connection is off. I hope he realizes that. Okay. But wow, okay, there was a lot that I'm learning from this. Let me see if we can get him back on. Oh, Yankee, you're back on. We lost you. You froze exactly the pose of the thing. We thought that we were supposed to like reach out and grab it. We lost you after the when you talked about the fact that it's 6 corners.
Yes, so it's 6 corners. These 6 corners were made because in the church, Lahavdil, they had it as 4 corners. So we wanted to be different, so we make it as 6 corners. And that's why many people, when they have yarmulkes with 6 slices, the 6-slice kappel is officially more frum than the 4-slice kappel, even though they didn't really wear kaplach in the church. But it comes from this situation that the galachim used to wear a 4-slice bishop hat, whatever it's called. These are 6-slice, so, and they originated in the Beis Hamikdash, so
wow,
that's the story.
Oh wow, thank you very much, Yankee, and we definitely want to bring you back on again because I know you have a lot more stories and a lot more of what you call toys and a lot of exciting things. And we didn't even get started about your favorite Chazon Ish pieces and telling us about different interesting situations. I know that you once sang the national anthem. I'm sure more than once, but I'm aware of one time that somebody forwarded me a clip of you singing the national anthem, which, by the way, you know that in Camp Chaverim, during Color War, which we do is blue and red, and we wear the costumes, and we have a horse and a wagon, and we sing army marches, and we have a marching band that comes down. This past year, they weren't available, but otherwise we have a Army veteran marching band that comes down, and they, among other things, they play the national anthem, and we take a few minutes to talk about the privileges that we have in this last gullus of living in a country that respects us and that gives us the ability to be free Eden. So that definitely interests me. So I definitely want to bring you back on again sometime. We'll see how long this madness goes on. But we thank you very much for coming on and sharing these fascinating things with us. And, I guess, let's all sit tight over there. I mean, I should really probably, ask your kids how they're managing. But I think instead of asking kids, I should always start with asking parents how the parents are managing.
Yeah. Baruch Hashem. Listen, we take it one day at a time, and thank goodness for people like you that give us this wonderful entertainment. Okay, kids, don't forget, you have a riddle to ask your parents, grandparents. Where did the nusach come from? The tune of the nusach. Where did it come from? Thanks so much, Reb Shmuel.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Too.
Okay, and Kol Tov. So this was Rabbi Lemmer, Rabbi Yankee Lemmer, who's, as you heard, he's a chazan, and more than a chazan, he's also a neighbor of mine, a good friend, and a very special Eid. Fascinating stuff. Now, it's already late, but I did promise that we were gonna do the intro game, and so what I would like to do is I would like to at least do 1 or 2 of them. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to play an introduction to a song. These are songs that you probably know. Maybe some of you know more songs than others. And we're going to play the introduction to the song. And what you need to do is I'm going to play only the introduction, and then I'm going to ask you to tell me if you know what's the name of the song. If you know the name of the song, vote on it. If you get it right, then yes, we will enter you into the raffle. It's fun. Don't raise your, some guys are already raising their hand. It doesn't help to raise the hand earlier because I just kind of scroll down and I pick. So let us begin with the intro. Let me just make sure I set it up correctly here. Okay, here's the first song. Okay, if you know what song that was, raise a hand. If you know what song that was, raise a hand. Okay. We got who? Everybody seems to know what song that was besides me. I had to look it up. Okay. We got here Rosenblum boys, you're on. V'atomorim. Okay, that's correct. V'atomorim by who? Do you know who made the song? You got it in there. Don't worry about it. I'm just curious if you know who made that song. Okay, lower the camera so we can see your face because we only see your glasses. Very good. First of all, what's your first name? Shia, right? Shia Rosenblum. Yeah, you are right, Shia. V'atomorim by who? Do you know by who it is? It's by Simcha Leiner. V'atomorim by Simcha Leiner. Good choice. You're in Borough Park or in Lakewood? You're in Borough Park. Okay. Would you rather be in Lakewood if you had to be locked indoors all the time, or is it good? Borough Park is good. Lakewood. You would want to be in Lakewood. I know that. I think all our campers from Lakewood should be ready for us to accept visitors. We're going to come visit you. We need a break. We need some backyard. We need some fresh air. Okay, thank you very much, Shia. We put you in a raffle. That was correct. Okay, let us move on to another song. We have a couple more minutes, and then I want to finish with a throwback of week 6 in camp. We do that, a throwback. We love doing that, of our amazing times in camp. But let's, in the meantime, do another song, another intro. And here it goes. Gave it away. I got to stop it on time. Okay. Whose song and by whom? Whose song and by whom? Who made this song and what's the name of the song? Let us try. Okay, we got here the Gutman family.
No, we don't know it.
You don't know it. You picked your hands. Oh, the beautiful picture of a bridge. Okay, if you don't know it, not a problem. We're good to
We don't know it, but you can pick us a different time.
Oh, maybe we could.
My cousin picked it for a mistake.
Okay, not a problem. Good to see you anyway, Sadik. Okay, let's pick somebody else. Okay, somebody else who knows this song. Anybody here? Okay, we got Weinberger.
Modani by Uri Davidi.
Very good. Whoa. Do you know all the songs like that by heart? Oh my goodness. Okay. How are you doing? You still sitting in the same spot on the couch?
No, it's a recliner.
It's a recliner. I was just checking sure because I want to make sure you moved since last time we spoke. Okay. What's your first name again?
Matre. And it's Weisberger.
Weisberger, sorry. Weisberger. Okay, that was correct. Yes, that was by Uri Davidi Modeh Ani. Okay, we're gonna do one more, and then we're gonna finish with a throwback. One more. Let's do. Let's lower all hands and let us then do the next one here. Okay, that song, if you know that song and you know who made that song, it's time now to pick up your hands and vote. Okay, we got Effie. Effie, you're on. Hi.
Levi Bamizrach.
Close. That would have been a good choice though, because the kind of music there is, right? That would have been a good choice, but it's not. By the way, what's your first name?
Yisrael.
Your last name?
Polchik.
Yisrael Pilchik. Oh, I thought I recognized you, and I knew you weren't a camper. So I'm trying to place the whole thing together. Yisrael Pilchik and your father is from Aaron Pilchik?
Yeah.
Okay. So welcome to the show. That was a good choice, though, but it's not the one. It's not the one, but it's that style music. So it's definitely in the right direction. Libi Bamizrach is by Yaakov Shweki. This one is not by Yaakov Shweki. So I already kind of gave it a hint. But yeah, okay, good. Thank you for coming on the show. Let us try somebody else over here. And we got with us Yishai Framowitz. Yishai Framowitz, you're on. Yishai.
Yeah. Hi.
Yes, hi. Oh, very good. Hold the camera steady. How are you doing, Yishai?
Good.
You know whose song this is? Oh, when you raised your hand, who did you think it was?
What?
Which song did you was it? Did you raise your hand?
I never. You raised your hand? I never raised my hand.
Oh, you didn't raise your hand. Okay, well, over here it was a raised hand. We'll lower the hand. That's okay. It's good to see you anyways, Yishai. Okay, so this is still open. Open. So if somebody wants to pick, okay, we still got. We're gonna pick somebody over here. Somebody who, okay. Let's go through the list over here. This is a tough one. Hey, at least I stumped somebody. Let's see. We got Rosenbaum, president. I'm guessing those are Canadians, Rosenbaums.
You know it? You know it? Yes, I'm good.
1 second. Are you guys on? I can't see you.
Yes, I'm good.
How are you doing, Rosenbaums? Okay, whose song is this?
Whose song? I don't know.
Well, what's the name of the song?
Barry Weber.
No, it's not by Barry Weber, and that's not the name of the song. Maybe the song didn't make it to Toronto. It's on the way.
I know the song.
It's an old song. It's not a new song. It's an old song.
It's Yashem Cha.
Avram Fried.
Well, Avram Fried. That's right. That's right. It is by Avram Fried, but what's the name of the song? It is by Avram Fried. No, it's by Avram Fried. Oh my gosh. Okay, we narrowed it down. Okay, good to see you again, Rosenbaum. But no, it is not.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Okay, wow. I feel so good is that we stumped somebody already. Okay, let's try again. Let's see. Somebody here. Okay. Yitzchak. I don't know which Yitzchak that is. Yitzchak, you're on. Oh, how are you? Whose song?
Avram Fried.
What's the name of the song?
Chaverimboyz.
No. It's let's give it away. The name of the song is Kapara. Listen to the song.
Yeshua v'nechama she'izah b'refua. Chayim v'sava Yeshua v'nechama she'izah b'refua. Chayim v'sava Yeshua v'nechama she'izah b'refua.
I think it gets the name from the high part.
Chayim v'sava Yeshua v'nechama she'izah b'refua.
Now you know why it's called kapara, because of the high part, which is kapara. Anyways, amazing. We're going to continue this part tomorrow, but I just wanted to get it started. What we're going to do right now is we're going to start. It's good to see you again. Even though I see that you're already clean for Pesach, you put away the UPS costume. It's not there anymore. So that's good. That means you're cleaning already. Right now, what we're going to do is we're going to do a throwback for week 6 in Camp Chaverim, because this is day 6. I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, what am I going to do when it's already week, when we get to the show to day 8, day 9, what are we going to do? There's plenty of material coming up. I'm not worried about that. But we're going to do a throwback to week 6 and bring back some of those beautiful memories of Camp Chaverim during week 6. Take a look, refresh your memories, and with that we will end the show. And I'll get back on again to remind you about the contest and how to go about it.
A little Milef. Jeder eine davent im Beit im war fahr Mashiach wird nach kommen wenn mir vertrogen sich jeder eine davent im Beit im war fahr Mashiach will schon kommen wartet dir in mir we have it I you have to let it you have to let it come למשיח רק יגיע כשכולנו חברים כולנו מתפללים ומחכים למשיח כבר רוצה להגיע מחכה לחבריה Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem, it will only happen when we all get along. Everyone's waiting for wish and praying for Mashiach. Let's love one another and bring out each and everyone can say, give it all we got today, never have alone.
What beautiful memories of week 6. And we come to the conclusion of today's show. I just want to remind you is that the contest where you can start sending submissions, we're going to give it until the end of the week, which means really until Monday of next week. The theme is the camping in, learning and davening, a painting, clicks or Legos or something for popsicle sticks. It's anything that you make, any creation that is on this theme of camping in, learning and davening. So showing how we learn and we daven and we keep us as Yidden can keep on going, even though we are inside and our life is not as usual. That's the theme, and we're going to put it up for votes. More details will go out as to how to vote, but we're going to try to post all of these submissions. You should send a picture and a short video clip. If you can send both, a picture and a short video, if you can do that, send it in either to my phone number 347-685-3875, preferably through WhatsApp, or to Chaverimboyz at Gmail, CHAVERIM@Gmail, and we will keep you posted as to how to submit it. Keep those videos coming. Send us videos of if you're doing the activities that we mentioned today, those cutting, with the words. We love to hear what's going on. Thank you for being the most wonderful kinderlach. And take 10 minutes now and go to your parents and say, Tati, Mommy, what can I do to help? Your parents are also stuck inside and need your help. So take a few minutes now, 10 minutes, and ask your parents, what can you do to help? Day 6, Chaverimboyz camping in. It's been wonderful being with all of you.